Welcome back to my channel. Today we're reacting to a very popular Netflix show called Emily in Paris. Not the plot, not the cinematography, but I wanted to talk to you guys about the show from a social media marketer's perspective. If you haven't watched that show, I highly recommend you to watch it. Just a warning though, it's a little bit cringe-worthy and it's on a little bit of an unrealistic side of things, but it's also a very fun show to watch, especially in today's climate. So anyways, even though this show, it's about this main character called Emily. She's American from Chicago and she recently relocated to Paris to work for a French marketing firm, even though she doesn't speak a word of French. You might be surprised, this show actually have a lot to do with social media marketing. So as a social media marketer, and I have experience working both on the in-house marketing team and also on a marketing agency, I have a lot to say about this show, especially when it comes to social media marketing. And because when I was watching the show, there are a lot of times I was like, that's not how it works. So that's why I wanted to bring you my point of view of what is actually like working in a real life marketing agency versus what you're seeing on a Netflix show. So let's dive right into it.
Your company works with some of the biggest brands in the luxury sector, from Chanel to YSL. And that makes Savoir your company, or, if I may be so bold, our company, a brand in itself. But to build a brand, you must create meaningful social media engagement. May I ask who's responsible for your social media here?
Patricia.
Makes sense.
I think I can agree with that. Vanity metric is such a thing in the past, and nowadays if you want to build a brand, you really need to have meaningful social media engagement, aka building a tribe or a community. So I'm not mad about that. She's right so far, so I'll give you the point for that, Emily.
Trust, interest, and engagement.
Excuse me, but the French are masters of social media.
True. But Americans invented it, which is why I hope to become a valuable member of your team by adding an American point of view to your fabulous French clients.
C'est une cata.
Okay, she was definitely a little bit arrogant back in that meeting, and also I'm not really agreeing with what her approach was. She said it, she wanted to build a tribe and a community around the brand, and in order to do that, you need to have a crystal clear understanding of your audience. For example, you have to understand their language, their culture, their interest, their pain point, and a lot of other things. So without that foundation, just blindly adding like an American marketing perspective to a French market, it's not gonna work well. It's like, think about it this way, if you wanted to market junk food products to really healthy people, like it's not gonna work because the healthy people is not the right demographic for the junk food company. So it's not gonna work. This is cringy as fuck. Oh my god. Okay. Well, just to give you guys a little context there. So this is supposed to be a perfume commercial that they just shoot like not too long ago. And apparently this naked woman is not supposed to be naked because she's wearing perfume. And because of that perfume, all of a sudden she has become this gorgeous goddess that ultimately turned into a bird and flew to the sky. And then she's like every man's dream and fantasy. It just makes me cry a little and wanted to vomit a little because I don't think you will see that many commercials like this anymore. It's so cringy. Like, let me know in the comment below what you guys think about this commercial.
It doesn't matter what I think, it matters what your customer thinks. So why not let them make up their own minds? Put the commercial on Twitter with a poll, sexy or sexist. Get a conversation going. Let the world decide and make it part of your campaign.
Sexy or sexist? Or maybe both. It's a little controversial. I like it.
Cool, that's not a bad move. For a brand to be seen and heard, a controversial content like the one that Emily just suggested during the meeting could potentially get people talking and engaged with your brand, but I would just be a little bit more careful and do a little bit more research before releasing a potentially controversial piece of content like that one, just to be safe, because the last thing you want is to have that coming out and bite your butt after. I don't know if you guys remember that really infamous Pepsi commercial with Kendall Jenner like a couple of years ago. So originally they filmed this whole commercial to show their support for the Black Lives Matter movement, but ended up offending a lot of their audience. And Pepsi eventually had to pull the ad, unfortunately. So it cost a lot of their brand, and it's just quite embarrassing for the brand in general. So this whole thing could have been avoided if the Pepsi marketing team done a better job in researching the topic and their audience. So just a little tip for y'all. Okay, hold on a second here. First of all, how the hell did she grow her account from 40 followers to 2,000 followers in just a couple of days after she moved to Paris? Like, I don't understand. All she did was just posting random stuff. Like this time she was posting like these few girls smoking on the street, and the other day she was posting a picture of this lady walking her dog smoking. Like, I don't understand how that's interesting and that's shareable, because we talked about the only way to grow on Instagram in particular is to create shareable content. I guess these pictures are not that shareable to me. And second thing is, I'm wondering if her followers are even real, because according to this scene that she only received 7 likes and 4 comments, and she has over 2,000 followers. So that engagement rate is very questionable to me.
Almost 200,000 likes, not bad.
Do you think it's too risque for Pierre Cadeau?
Not according to Mathieu, he just DM'd you.
Turns out it was just risque enough.
Okay, so the concept of this post is, it's okay, I would say. It does have a little risque or sexy vibe to it, but here are the problems that I have with it. First of all, she probably needs to edit that picture a little bit before posting it, because let's be honest, it's a little dark and it's a little unprofessional, and not to mention the fact that she took that picture with her iPhone. Second problem that I have with this is she literally posted that picture on her client's Instagram account without her client's approval. Like, that is just not possible in real life. And as a social media manager, I have to tell you that there are a lot of process before your post getting seen by your audience. You have to have a plan for your social media strategy, and then you fill out the content calendar, and then you send the content calendar to your client, and you cannot get this content out until your client approves your content. So it's a long ass process that you need to follow. And also another problem that I have with this is the fact that she is saying that this campaign is working by just looking at how many comments and likes this one Instagram post gets. Like, that is just not exactly enough to measure the success of a social media campaign. Likes and comments are 2 of many social media metrics that you can measure if your goal is to measure the campaign by its engagement, but there's so many other social media metrics such as impression, reach, share of voice, conversion, or amount of saves or share. Like, there's so many metrics that you can measure to determine the success of a social media campaign. So by just looking at vanity metrics like likes or comment, it's very problematic, because if her client's account have already a large social media following to begin with, which I assume it is because her client is one of the most famous Parisian designers out there. So getting 11,000 likes on one Instagram post is probably very normal. It doesn't really necessarily translate to the success of that social media campaign. Oh, love that intro.
Check this out. Duray Cosmetics just DM'd me on Instagram. They invited me to their influencer lunch today.
You, an influencer?
I know. They must have mistaken me for someone else, but I love Duray.
Okay, this part it just seems so funny and unrealistic to me. First of all, like, why would this brand DM people on Instagram and invite them for a launch event? Like, that it just seems so unprofessional to me. At least send an email invitation or something like that. And second of all, like, why would anyone in their right mind in that brand's marketing team would want to invite Emily out of everyone else to a launch event? Because seems like to me she only posts the most random shit on Instagram with the most random hashtag. I'm sorry, but like, it's true. And yeah, sure, she might have like 20,000 followers on Instagram and she might consider like a micro influencer because of her following, but like, just you have to look at the content to see if she's the right influencer. To me, she doesn't seem like a right influencer for a cosmetic brand, and it's just her content is just not any remotely related to cosmetic at all, or like the beauty industry at all. So she's definitely not the right fit for an influencer for that particular brand, for sure. Okay, lots of influencers in that event apparently, and all taking pictures of themselves. Very creative.
Duray is smudge proof, even when you're very hungry.
God, okay.
Duray is smudge proof, even when you're very hungry.
600
Emily
likes.
in Paris. I like her. She's clever.
She's eating the decor.
Where do we know her from? Ah, I know exactly who she is.
I was 13 when I first tried Duray's lip gloss. Funny story.
Oh, pardon.
Give me some space.
Nice to finally meet you, Olivia.
Likewise. Some creative content.
Creative
today.
content.
And your product knowledge is first
Oh my
rate.
God.
You're quite the brand ambassador.
Well, it's easy when you love the brand, and this was a really great event.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
We saw you eat them all.
True.
So, what agency do you use?
Oh, we don't anymore. Agencies are overpriced and antiquated. Now we prefer to use influencers like you. The future of marketing.
Well, I actually have a master's in marketing, and I think that I could do much more for you than this.
Really? Such as?
Olivia, they are waiting for you at the Dermabrasion station.
Okay, so that is just beyond me. First of all, she commented that what Emily posted on Instagram was creative content. Like, clearly she has no idea what creativity is. And second of all, she said, we like to use influencers like you, the future of marketing. I'm not gonna deny the fact that influencer marketing is very, very powerful, only if you use the right kind of influencer. And clearly Emily is not the right type of influencer for her brand, like, which I just discussed earlier, that she posts like the most random shit on Instagram with the random hashtag, and she posts nothing like in the beauty industry. Like, she might have a lot of followers in her case, but she doesn't post the content that speaks to this brand's audience. It's not the right type of influencer that they should be looking out for. All right, so that's my reaction to Emily in Paris from a social media manager's perspective. What do you guys think? Am I being too harsh? Well, I know it's probably unfair and unrealistic to judge the show by just looking at the social media side of things in the show, because overall I think it's a very fun show to watch, especially during this time when there's so many heavy stuff going on in the world, and it's like a little nice escape, you know? So let me know in the comment if you guys enjoy this type of video and if you want me to make more of these videos, because I had so much fun creating this video because I get to watch this show the second time. All right, before you close this video, I want to let you guys in to a really good news, and that is I will be hosting a masterclass workshop very soon. And for those of you who are thinking about becoming freelance social media manager or making a side income, or you wanted to become a digital nomad in the future, this workshop is for you, because I'll be teaching you step by step how to build a freelance social media business from scratch so that you can travel and work from anywhere. How does that sound? Make sure to sign up with the link down below in my description, and I will see you guys in my workshop. And before you go, I do post other videos about digital nomads and social media marketing, so make sure to check out these two videos right here. And yeah, that's all. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!